Hi, Michelle here with Straw-Bearie.com. I'm a teacher, I'm a crafter, and I'm a DIYer. And today, in honor of the great toilet paper hoarding and shortage of 2020, we are going to be making toilet paper roll earrings. Aren't those cute?
To make your toilet paper earrings, you're going to need some basic jewelry supplies. You're going to need some earring backs, some jump rings, and some wire, and your earring pliers and tools. You're going to need some white fabric. I used just a thin piece of cotton, like from a pillowcase, and of course, scissors and stuff to cut it with. And then you're going to need a long, narrow bead. And if you can't find any long, narrow beads, then maybe you could use 2 pony beads glued together. So here I have my white scrap fabric, and I'm just using a ruler and a cutting wheel to cut some very straight strips out of this fabric, and my blade is pretty dull, so I was having a hard time cutting at first. I'm just taking my long bead and I'm using it as a guide for how wide to make my strips, because my white fabric is going to become the toilet paper and the core of the toilet paper will be the bead. And so I'm just making it a slightly smaller than the bead. And sorry about the shadows here, but since my blade was so dull, I had to stand up over my light and everything to get that cut. Once my 2 strips were cut, I used this decal blade to make a little edge on my toilet paper. I thought that would make it a little bit prettier. And then I was going to try to perforate every so often so that you would see little lines in that, but it just wasn't working right, and in the end I realized it wasn't needed. Now I'm just going to take my hot glue and put just a little bit on my long bead, being careful not to burn myself, and then I'm going to put it on one of my strips of white fabric and then just start rolling up that fabric as straight as I can so that it can be the roll of toilet paper. Once I have it all the way rolled up, then I'm going to put just a little dot of hot glue, about a centimeter from the end, so that I have a little bit of toilet paper hanging off the end of the roll, but it's not going to unwind on me. And then once that one's done, you make your second one for the other earring. On the second one, I kind of got a little smarter and I put my bead on my white strip before I put the hot glue on it so that it was already kind of in place, and then it fell off a little bit for me to roll it up as my second roll of toilet paper. And try not to get hot glue all over your fingers everywhere. So here I am just rolling it up, just trying to keep the edges straight, and the fabric's going to fray. So if you don't want your fabric to fray, you might want to use a white ribbon or maybe bias tape or something like that. I didn't really care too much if it frayed or not. And see, there's just the little drop on the end, so you can just see the little tab showing off the end. Now, I didn't go out and buy anything special for this. I used all things that I had, and I found this very thin wire. It's very thin, easy to twist and move by hand. And so I'm just taking some and twisting it around. And once I have kind of a long link of twist, I'm putting my little rounded pliers there and making a little loop in the top. And then once I have that loop in the top, I'm going to wrap the extra wire underneath that loop, as you see here. Then I'll just cut off the excess wire, and that is ready to be connected to a jump ring and my earring back. I have a big magnifying glass, and I used that, and unfortunately I didn't realize that it wasn't completely in the camera view, but I'm just opening up that jump ring, sticking the toilet paper loop through it, and then attaching it to my earring backs.
So the big question is, should the rolls go over or under? Leave your answer in the comments down below. I like the fact that these kind of spin around a little bit, and I get both. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, tell your friends, and have a great day. Toodles!